This was bill filing deadline week for state lawmakers. I spoke with eCapitol News Director Shawn Ashley about this year's bills at the Capitol. Shawn, the bill filing deadline has come and gone.
That's right, and it looks like when the books closed on Thursday, approximately 2,100 bills and joint resolutions were filed by the senators and representatives covering just about any topic you can imagine.
But there could be more bills that are added to that.
That's exactly right. On the Senate side, they are allowed to file bills at any time during the legislative process. Some of those could be heard this year. Others will be pushed off till next year. And already in the House, we see that just over 20 pieces of legislation were filed after the deadline on Thursday, and it will be up to Speaker Hickman to decide whether any of those bills move forward. At the same time, the chamber itself could say, we want to hear one of those bills and potentially bring it to the floor.
In looking at the legislation, there are some themes developing. One of them concerns handguns on college campuses.
That's right. This has been a big issue for a number of years. There have been multiple pieces of legislation designed to allow handguns to be brought on college campuses in the state of Oklahoma. Currently, that's prohibited. Over the course of the summer, there was an interim study that looked at the issue where we saw the college and university presidents as well as the state regents express their opposition to such a move. But there were also some university professors and other staff who said they supported it, as well as students. This appears to be the year that may move toward a final resolution. Representative John Enns told higher education officials during that interim study that they needed to work with the legislature because there was support for that idea, and they wanted something that addressed everyone's concerns.
There's another bill that would redefine marriage licenses, and then there's some related information and bills attached to that.
That's exactly right. Representative Todd Russ has proposed a bill that would get rid of the marriage license and replace it with a marriage certificate that, rather than being issued by at your local county courthouse, would be issued by the official who marries the couple. And then it would provide for the common law affidavit to be filed at the local courthouse. What that does to a certain extent is remove government from more directly being involved in the legislative, in the marriage process, and specifically, it would end the process of having judges marry couples.
And there are some other related bills that have been filed concerning same-sex marriage.
Right. There are a few bills related to same-sex marriages. Representative Sally Kern specifically has proposed a bill that would say that the state does not recognize same-sex marriages, despite what the U.S. Supreme Court has said and is expected to say again later this year.
Teacher evaluation.
That may be the Common Core issue of the 2015 legislative session. The teacher evaluation process was passed several years ago. It's about to take effect, and it would essentially rate teachers and determine how well they are doing in the classroom. There is no pay tied to their rating, but it looks at the quality of teachers. There are bills which would push off its implementation. There are bills which would change how the evaluation is calculated, and there are bills that would do away with the evaluation process completely. It will be a hotly discussed topic this legislative session.
Watermelons.
Watermelons. Several years ago, former Representative Joe Dorman passed a bill making watermelon the official state vegetable. This year, Senator Nathan Dahm has proposed a bill that would repeal that. It doesn't replace it. It would leave the state without an official state vegetable. Watermelon would no longer be at the top of the list.
We'll be watching all of that.
Exactly.
eCapitol News Director Shawn Ashley, thank you.
You're very welcome.